At this stage, let's discuss the way the police has been handling this entire issue. We saw the Delhi Police Commissioner, Neeraj Kumar, less said the better about how he presented himself at the news conference today. Basic thing which he seemed to do was give himself and his police the clean sheet. Smriti Irani joins the debate. Khushbu, thanks for staying on. Manish Sisodia of the Aam Aadmi Party, which has been pushing forth very aggressively on the issue. Maxwell Pereira, former Joint Commissioner of Police in Delhi, I think takes a pro-police position. I don't know the position that M.N. Singh, a former commissioner of Mumbai Police, takes, but I presume it might be sympathetic to the police. I hope not. Rahul Narvekar stays on in the debate. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Maxwell Pereira, are you actually defending the Delhi police and the clean sheet that it has given itself?
If it's your perception, it is your perception, Arnab. If you call it a clean sheet, let it be so. But all that I'm trying to tell you is that I think the Commissioner of Police very soberly and calmly explained what the situation was, what exactly, there were certain allegations that were made. He picked on every allegation singly and gave an answer to that. What is the position? If you want to call it a clean sheet, so be it. But all that I want to tell you is that it's very nice to gang up, all the channels totally ganging up on the police. There are certain lapses. Yes, the police are answerable. There is some action taken on that. I really wonder if that action was at all right, whether it was only under pressure of the media.
What action?
Let me give one simple example.
Which action?
Let me give one simple, example. In the Boston blast, the police were doing investigation. They pick up a suspect. They strip the suspect naked. He's not an accused, mind you. He's still a suspect. They strip him naked. They march him in public naked to the police car. They put him in the car naked. And would this have happened?
No, I want to ask you. I want to ask you in turn, Mr. Pereira, that I want to ask you, you talk about suspects. I play the pictures of the young girl who was slapped out there on television by that coward and incompetent Assistant Commissioner of Police. And I want to ask you, what is the relevance of the incompetence of the Delhi police in the context of the Boston example which you are raising? Mr. Maxwell Pereira, Mr. Maxwell Pereira, you know, there has to be some...
It is that picture because of the conspiracy of the media.
Conspiracy,
the
right.
Same coverage, the same footage earlier also covered the girl slapping the police officer.
Please.
And thereafter, all of you suppressed that and played the other picture of the police officer pushing the girl. And when he was again, the girl was trying to take his nameplate off. At that stage,
Mr. Pereira,
what may have looked like a slap. We all saw it. There were at least 6 people who called me up and talked to me and asked me what is happening about the girl who slapped the
Mr. Pereira, I can understand.
Did you play it, or was it a media conspiracy to suppress that? And you played it again and again.
Yes, we played it. Yes, we played it.
This particular coverage, the media has played it a million times. Displaying to the whole world, making the whole of India, hang its head in shame. In the whole world, everywhere in the world, this clip has been, played.
Yes, we have.
And this is the kind of coverage that you do.
Yes, it is.
When the Boston blast, everybody rallied around. Not one adverse word against the police. Everybody had praise for every single action. Everyone rallied down. What is the Indian media doing? From the moment they get a chance, they have to deride, they have to literally paint the police black. That is exactly what you are fit for. Nothing else. You get a chance for sensation and use the police as the whipping boy. That is exactly what you want.
Why are you losing your temper? Why are you losing your temper?
In December 16th, you had the major rape case.
Mr. Pereira, may I come in, please? This is
after that
Mr. Pereira.
There were a lot of laws.
Mr. Pereira, may I come in, please?
The Justice Verma Committee
gave its
Pereira, and the new law was made.
Mr. Pereira, are you going to listen? Are you going to listen to others? Mr. Pereira, are you going to let the other side in, please?
Speech, talk.
Should we all switch off? Can I come in, Mr. Pereira? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr. Pereira?
Yes, but if you let me finish, I would like to give you
I would like you to finish, but you're not finishing. I just want you to hear the other side.
Arnab, I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah, because if everyone
Mr.
wants
Pereira.
to gang up and just, have their say, and
Mr.
that
Pereira.
is the sacrosanct, that is the
Mr.
absolute,
Pereira.
gospel truth for everybody.
Mr. Pereira,
Isn't it?
I have seen.
the way you
I
want
have,
to put
yes,
it. And
yes, today's
other voices
Mr.
are
Pereira,
suppressed. Other voices are
Mr.
smothered.
Pereira, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Pereira. I do not believe that it is the job of the media to be an extension of the establishment or to be unquestioning or a part of the establishment.
There is no audio.
And if you feel you can't hear me anymore, Mr. Pereira? If you take your talk back off, you won't hear. Can you hear me, Mr. Pereira? I actually want to get Smriti Irani into the debate. Smriti, I hope I get Mr. Pereira's audio line back.
Yes.
It seems to have gone off just at the point when I was saying something to him. But in any case, while I try to get it back, I'd like you to come in, please, on this very angsty reaction that we have got from a police officer who says the whole media and the country almost is ganging up against the police.
Well, I heard the tirade which was unleashed on the media for reporting
Yes.
the fact that an ACP has slapped a female protester. Now, given Mr. Pereira's background in how the police is to conduct itself, 3-4 questions come to mind. Firstly, does it say anywhere in the police rule book that when attacked by a female, an ACP is supposed to respond by slapping her? Is that ACP supposed to slap her or place her under arrest? Why is it that when the police knew that there were female agitators at the spot, were not female police officers deployed to control the situation? Today you have the Commissioner of Police come out and speak about how, and literally pat himself on the back as to how the Delhi police conducted itself with regards to the horrific rape of a 5-year-old child. 3 questions come to mind with regards to the press conference and the words spoken by the Delhi Commissioner of Police. 1. The Delhi Commissioner of Police was absolutely silent on the fact whether a case under the new law, Section 166A, was filed against that police officer who allegedly delayed filing of the FIR. It is the right of the family not only to protest about the fact that a FIR was delayed, but also given the law, a case could have been filed which punishes a police officer with a minimum sentence of 6 months to 2 years. Was such a case filed? The Commissioner of Police was absolutely silent on that. The Commissioner of Police horrifyingly said, हमें क्या पता था कि neighbor के पास बच्ची थी. The question that comes to mind is, the police officer who was entrusted with the responsibility of investigating the case of a missing child, where did that officer go and investigate? Who did he, in fact, inquire with or interrogate with regards to the fact that a 5-year-old child has gone missing? Common sense says that the first thing a police officer would look at is the neighborhood.
If they look, Smriti,
What kind of a charge has been filed against an officer?
If they look, Smriti, the point is that
Or a case which has been filed against the officer
yes,
who has paid 2,000 rupees, which the family claims is still with them,
yes,
to buy the family's silence.
yeah, absolutely. You see, all these points are
So all the
extremely
police
relevant.
commissioner has done is hold a press conference only after a noise was made about his resignation.
Yeah.
Hence, the police commissioner of Delhi
Yeah.
is more interested in holding on to his position than using that position to help protect women and children in Delhi.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to check whether Mr. Pereira can hear. Mr. Pereira? Mr. Pereira?
Yes.
Thank you.
I missed most of it because there is no audio
I could
at
gather.
my end.
But may I just make a small submission to you, Mr. Pereira? You see, what has happened right now, Mr.
Yeah.
Pereira, is that senior police officers felt that they were a law unto themselves, and especially they felt completely not accountable to people, especially poor people. So what do you do with poor people? You shut up the case, you throw some money, you manage your file, and you move on. What is happening, Mr. Pereira, very interesting sociological phenomenon, that the people of this country have turned around and told the policemen, you are here to serve us. Don't behave like you are a power structure that is not accountable to anyone. And I would like to humbly submit, Mr. Pereira, that all the people who called you getting very angry with the media must now understand this is 2013 and this country has changed very quickly, Mr. Pereira. And you must tell all those police officers to move with the times. They're the ones who need to move with the times and feel a little accountable. I want to get in at this stage, MN Singh, whether he agrees with me on this. Mr. MN Singh, would you agree with my assessment of the situation?
Well, Arnab, first of all, let me tell you, I know Neeraj Kumar, and I know that he's a fine police officer and a thorough gentleman. There is no doubting his competence.
Yes.
But it seems that his press conference of today has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I think his media management is one of his weakest points, and that is what is showing off now.
Yes.
But it seems that he has come under a political crossfire.
Yeah.
From the time that December 2012 rape case took place in Delhi, people have been demanding his sacking, his transfer, resignation, and whatnot, etc., etc. So I think there is a political overtone also to this whole episode.
Why do you say political, Mr. MN Singh? May I just ask you?
No.
He says, I am absolutely satisfied with the performance of the Delhi police. Mr. MN Singh.
Today's press conference has gone horribly wrong.
I'll tell you one thing.
He should not have said what he said.
No. I object to the phrase media management, first of all. Because the media does not need to be managed, the country needs to be told the truth. He says, I'm absolutely satisfied with the Delhi police performance. His policemen...
I will not vouch for that. I will not support that.
Then
let me tell you.
But then it's not media.
I'm only talking about Neeraj Kumar.
No, Smriti Irani wants to...
No, let me complete.
Okay, Smriti Irani after MNC.
She can have her say. She can have her say. Let me say, please.
Okay, let him complete. Let him complete.
One very small request.
You have called me, you must listen to me.
Let him speak and after that
I am not supporting Delhi police for heaven's sake. Please. The way that police officer, assistant commissioner or inspector or whosoever slapped those girls who were protesting was absolutely wrong, cannot be supported, cannot be accepted.
But Maxwell Perera is angry with the media for showing it.
No, the word used by him that media is gang up, etc. is probably overreaction, and I don't support that. I certainly don't support that. The police, if they have delayed the registration of the offence, the police officer need to be taken to task for that. If they have misbehaved with the protesters, police must understand that the country is angry. And there is you have to be very sympathetic, sensitive, and also sensible police officer. While dealing with such outrage, you have to understand this psychology.
It's not
and therefore, the police officer who slapped those girls need to be severely punished. There is no doubt about that.
I would go so far as to say that the Delhi police commissioner is saving his own skin and the skin of people under him. He says that it will be a departmental inquiry. What is a departmental inquiry? He has given the person a clean sheet. He says, I'm satisfied with the performance of the Delhi police and a departmental inquiry. Manish Sisodia, do you have faith in a departmental inquiry?
It's like already declared result. Departmental.
Yes.
You see, hello.
Kahiye, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see, I am living in two states. Yes. मैं गाजियाबाद में रहता हूं और मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूं और मैं दोनों जगह ये देखता हूं, दोनों जगह की पुलिस आजकल पिछले 4 दिन से मीडिया में ये चल रहा है, हंगामा चल रहा है रेप को लेके, महिलाओं की स्थिति को लेके, और उसके बावजूद हमारे ऑफिस में रोजाना फोन कॉल्स आ रहे हैं महिलाओं के और इस तरह की शिकायतों के। कल एक केस आया जिसमें एक महिला को पुलिस वाले ने बताया उसकी बेटी 18 मार्च से गायब है। पुलिस के पास वो जाती है, वो कहती है भैया ढूंढ रहे हो क्या, कुछ बता दो, कुछ हो रहा है क्या। उसको कहा जाता है अरे हमारे हाथ में कोई जादू थोड़ी है, हमको जादू टोने वाले थोड़ी हैं जो तुम्हारी हाथ उठाएंगे और ले आएंगे तुम्हारी बेटी को। जी, इज दिस एन आंसर ए पुलिस इज सपोज्ड टू गिव?
एब्सोल्युटली नॉट, शेमफुल।
इसके बाद आज अगर मैं दिल्ली पुलिस के कमिश्नर के बयान के बारे में बात करूं, अगर उनके बयान से सहमत हुआ जाए तो मुझे लग रहा है कि देश का कोई भी आईएएस अफसर, कोई भी आईपीएस अफसर, कोई भी मंत्री कभी भी किसी अपराध के लिए गिल्टी नहीं ठहराया जा सकता, क्योंकि ये लोग कुछ नहीं करते, इनके क्लर्क करते हैं, इनके सिपाही करते हैं। फिर तो आईएएस अफसर, आईपीएस कभी किसी को आप हटा नहीं सकते।
Maxwell Perera, you are listening to all this. Would you like to respond? Because I felt
trying to.
No.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, thank you.
I definitely. You see, I only spoke about I don't condone police behavior, but I'm talking about the partisan attitude in coverage. You know, in suppressing the slap that the girl gave the police officer, that has been meted out totally. And
she was
this
pushed.
Has been overplayed
I am sorry. She was pushed. She was assaulted.
This is the only thing
she
that
was pushed. She was assaulted. I am sorry that you are trying to twist it. And Mr. Maxwell Pereira, let me tell you one thing. The
I'm not trying to twist anything. I'm talking about what the naked eye saw.
Neeraj Kumar says, I am suspending the police officer. Is suspending a police officer enough? Why have you not filed
suspended?
I want to know, Mr. Pereira. Why not file an FIR for assault against the police officer? What will go? What will happen? I say file an FIR for assault against the police officer.
I think you would call it the biggest, this one. What the naked eye saw can't be faulted.
I am seeing from the naked eye that all these girls are trying to find out the identity.
I'm not here to accuse.
I am so shocked, Mr. Pereira. Mr. Pereira, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Acha, Manish Sisodia wants to ask you something. Go ahead, Manish Sisodia.
Can I come in?
Go ahead, Manish Sisodia. Ji.
मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहता हूं कि उस वक्त दिल्ली पुलिस मंत्री और सांसद के बीच में दीवार बन के खड़ी थी। वहां खड़े हुए लोग मंत्री और सांसद से कुछ पूछना चाहते थे, कहना चाहते थे कि आप मिलिए, बात करिए। मंत्री और सांसद अंदर कमरे में जाके बंद हो गए। वो 2 घंटे तक बाहर नहीं निकले। उस वक्त बाहर लोग एजिटेटेड हो रहे थे। उन्होंने जब कहा तो दिल्ली पुलिस उनको रोकती जा रही। दिल्ली पुलिस को तय करना पड़ेगा, या किसी भी देश में पुलिस को तय करना पड़ेगा कि सिर्फ नेताओं को सुरक्षित रख के और नेताओं को खुश रख के अगर वो कहते हैं कि हम बहुत अच्छे हैं तो नहीं है। उनको नेताओं और जनता के बीच की जो दीवार है उसको बनना बंद करना पड़ेगा। पुलिस ऑफिसर्स को, खासतौर से आईपीएस ऑफिसर्स को, नेताओं को कहना पड़ेगा कि साहब आप हमको मिसयूज मत करिए। आपके गलत काम को हम कैसे जस्टिफाई करें दीवार बन के? आप जाइए जनता से बात करिए।
You see, this man now, Smriti Irani, he is going around coolly. There's obviously no action against Neeraj Kumar. Going around coolly, he's answering, fairly predictable questions fairly coolly. He's not being challenged. If there is no action against the Delhi Police Commissioner, what message will it send? And if the ACP is not sacked, not suspended, what message will it send? Smriti.
You see, the Commissioner of Police is painting himself out to be the victim instead of attending to the challenges that have been posed before the victim and the child's family. And I think the Delhi Commissioner of Police has been extremely brazen by declaring that he will not quit because he knows that his political bosses, that at the center and in the state, will not hold him accountable. During the horrific gang rape in December, we saw the Chief Minister of Delhi, Sheila Dikshit, helplessly proclaim that she has no control over Delhi police. But there was absolute silence on behalf of the center, which is also led by the Congress party. It is the doublespeak of the Congress-led UPA and the Chief Minister of Delhi that the Delhi Commissioner of Police takes comfort in, because he knows that this issue will only be reduced to mere statement formulated at the PMO, where the PM projects that he is sad. If honestly there is outrage in the government with regards to the fact that the Delhi police was not competent enough to handle this situation, why is it that the Home Minister of India is not sacking him?
Well, I think the Home
Delhi
Minister
Police Commissioner is being extremely brazen because he is being protected by his political bosses.
The Home Minister of India says that these kind of incidents where there's an assault on protesters have happened in other states too, and I have taken action. There is action. The suspension is action.
Today, I have debated the issue in Rajya Sabha. I am extremely pained to tell you that while the discussion was taking place in Rajya Sabha, I saw for myself the Home Minister dozing off at times, yawning at times, smiling at times. What is the signal that the government is giving to all these people who are not fulfilling their responsibility as prescribed by law, that they are not bothered?
Well, I think it's shocking, and I must say this, that while some other speakers were speaking, I also saw some other members of parliament sitting right behind those speakers. I'm not talking about the Home Minister, completely going off to sleep. I mean, that's the greatest insult. There is television footage which records that. The complacency in the system is what we are speaking about. The complacency in the system. You see, MN Singh...
You have the Home Minister sleeping, you have the Home Minister... Please understand, Arnab, you have the UPA chairperson give a public statement that time has come for action, I have asked the government that if they're genuine about taking action, why is it that as we speak, an all-party meeting has not been called? There is widespread political consensus that an amendment
that
is
question
needed
goes, and I would put that question
to
to MN
ensure
Singh.
that child rapists are hanged.
No, but MN Singh, at the end of the day, it's going to be the political leadership which will have to show the way. Do you think there is also a growing sense in the police that, they'll get away with it?
Well, first of all, I would avail this opportunity to say that the police in India has been thoroughly decimated because of the continuing political interference in the police work. Today we find in Maharashtra that all the powers of transfer of the lower level of police officers also have been taken over by the Mantralaya. The promotions, punishments, everything has been taken over by Mantralaya.
But why do police
I don't
officers,
think
why
the
do we want
police,
to be part of the system?
DG police and the commissioner have any power. I am talking about what is happening in Maharashtra. Now the police force has been thoroughly decimated.
They don't have power to protect, but they have power to proclaim they will not quit.
Now, if quitting is going to solve the problem, Smriti Irani, yes, certainly. Now, you say that the Home Minister has not done this, Home Minister has not done that. Home Minister is Home Minister. He is not an activist like all of us.
No, I don't think the Home Minister needs to be an activist.
I think Home Minister has to follow a certain protocol and a certain procedure.
No, I want to get
if you goes on sacking police commissioner like a constable, like anybody. See, you should understand how the system works. Now, today, sacking a constable is also so very difficult.
The victim is a 5-year-old child.
The constable goes to the administrative tribunals, he goes to the government, he goes to the courts.
Any other country in the world where police officers 2 days, 1 minute, police officers 2 days consecutively, first in Aligarh, right, and then in Delhi, are seen assaulting.
It's all showing up
because of the cameras.
Because of the mismanagement of the police, because of the bad governance.
I want to get in Khushbu.
Up now. This is what we are getting.
If the
what
ACP
we have
in
sown,
Delhi
we are now reaping.
is slapping a lady
this
in the presence of media,
has been led or misled.
Imagine what that ACP does when there is no media around.
No, I think the question.
I think it is what is happening today. What you are seeing happening today is now it is showing up. The result of our mismanagement
This question is to Khushbu. Khushbu, in retrospect, let's go back.
Let's to do its job and hold the DG and commissioner responsible.
No, Mr. Who's stopping?
Why sack only a constable and inspector?
Who is stopping the police from doing their job?
Today in Maharashtra, the commissioner and the DG cannot sack any inspector.
Who is stopping the police from doing its job? The problem is when the police does not do its job. At that point of time, people like Maxwell Pereira get all upset and angry and say they are being victimized. Khushbu,
when you post an inspector of a police station,
I'm not able to hear you.
Not on merit, but on other considerations, this is what you are going to have.
Well, no. Khushbu, in retrospect, do you think Maxwell Pereira was wrong?
So are you saying that Neeraj Kumar was put in the position of Commissioner of Police for other reasons apart from merit, sir?
I told you I'm talking about Maharashtra. I don't know about Delhi. I told you that Delhi Neeraj Kumar is a very fine police officer.
Yes.
I know him personally. Yes. About his competence, I have no doubt.
Now, here's a question to Khushbu.
Now, the Delhi Chief Minister is unhappy that she has no control over Delhi police. The government of India does not say anything about it. Now he is.
Sir, please don't fall for the trap. Both Delhi and the centre is being governed by the Congress party.
That is a political issue. You can sort it out.
Can I come in with just 2 points?
So please don't be a victim to the political drama
1 minute.
being played out by Congress
leaders. I think it is unfair to bring him in a political crossfire.
1 minute. First of all,
course, I know. Let me make it very clear here today, even though I know Neeraj Kumar, that his position has become very untenable because of all these repeated incidents which have been happening.
I think
there is a serious question. There is a serious question now about the competence and the behavior of the Delhi police.
Publicly, he will not quit. He has no fear of his political bosses because he knows he'll get away with it.
And at the level of the police leadership, everybody must.
I just in this very fairly detailed discussion, I want to bring in 2 simple points as I go to Khushbu. First is this. No police officer, constable or anyone or the highest officer would dare to raise a hand on a politician's relative. 1, right? You can do this to the Aam Aadmi.
Why the same
1 minute,
sub-inspector was thrashed in the Maharashtra assembly?
Please let me. Yeah,
He was called.
Yeah, you can
He
thrash.
was called and he was thrashed. Where is the question of constable beating a politician's relative? It is the politicians who are beating the police officers.
One second.
And that too in the Maharashtra state legislature premises.
Mr. Hemant Singh,
I think he was called there
Mr. Singh,
only to be thrashed.
Mr. Singh, 1 minute. Mr. Singh, 1 minute. The fact is, no policeman. Please don't take it out
if
of.
the society is sick,
Mr.
why are you only holding the police responsible?
Wait, Mr.
Talk also something about the social problems, about the dynamics of the society.
I'll tell you, Mr. Hemant Singh. Mr. Hemant Singh, let me tell you, if I did, then let me tell you the first thing which Suresh Kalmadi and his supporters said when we broke the CWG scam. They said, why are you asking Suresh Kalmadi? It's a sociological problem. Society is corrupt. I don't believe in generalizations. My question to Khushbu is this, very simply put, do you believe at the end of the day that the system has taken the common man for granted? That is what it is. And when people are now asking and when the media is asking on their behalf, the system, including Mr. Perera, are getting all very worked up. Khushbu.
Arnab, for me, the law for a common man first is the police. What happens in the court, you take it to the courts later. But for me, as a common man, when you look at it, it's the police department which is the law. And if that system is failing, that is something very, very alarming for a common man. What happened in Delhi today, what happened with Assistant Commissioner raising his hands on a woman protester was absolutely unpardonable. Mr. Perera says that why didn't you show the clipping of a woman who raised her hands? I think she's completely justified if she has raised her hand, because it was her anger, it was her anguish, it was the pain of seeing a 5-year-old girl, a kid, being raped brutally. It was an anguish of a woman who could feel the pain as to how a woman goes through on everyday basis through some kind of sexual harassment in day-to-day life. I think a woman raising her hand on the cops where she feels that they are failing her is absolutely justified. And I want the police to be absolutely understandable, sensitive to the issue, and not show the anger that how dare you raise a hand on Assistant Commissioner of Police, so I'm going to raise my hands too. I think that is absolutely not acceptable.
I think those girls did not raise their hand. I think those girls are the victims.
Even if they did, even if Mr. Perera says that they did, I am saying it's justified. It's absolutely justified for a woman
to
raise her hand when she does not find her answers. No, I said if she has, she is justified. She is justified because she has questions which are not answered. She has a pain which nobody understands. She has anger which nobody wants to feel sensitive towards her and tell her that I am here to take care of you. Do not worry. When there's a failure of the law, and the law is the police, when there's a complete system of the police department, the anger and the anguish and the pain and the protesters, whatever they've done today is absolutely justified. And Mr. Neeraj Kumar, for what all the reasons, what Mr. Singh is saying, that he is a very competent police officer, he's a thorough gentleman, agreed, we do not know him personally, but we cannot take that into an account and say that if you're failing as the Commissioner of the Police of Delhi, and if this is how it happens, then I think you are failing as the officer there. You're failing as not as a human, but you're failing in your duties. And I think that is what is important. You may be a fantastic human being off the record. You may be a fantastic person to your family members. But man, you are looking into the entire system of Delhi.
I'm totally short of time, I'm afraid.
To understand the pain.
I'm totally short of time, afraid, but I think you've spoken out the sentiments of a lot of people. Smriti, I'm completely short of time, I'm afraid. Completely short of time, but I think we all empathize with that sentiment.
Your own hands. That is what is being spoken.
My only submission to you, Arnab, is that for a Commissioner of Police to give a clean check to his officers. The question that arises is that whether an investigation was undertaken after a complaint was filed. In the absence of a complaint filed, how is it that the Commissioner of Police is giving clean check?
I think, ladies and gentlemen, the point is simply this, Mr. Perera. Accountability, not just to the politicians, but to the people. That's the point tonight. Thank you very much for joining me on News Hour Debate number 2 tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.